Latent Slytherin conflict.
Give them to me.
We were depressing each other a moment ago off mic. So welcome to Sans Hosen, I guess, where we're talking about two of our favourite movies, Highlander and Final Destination 1 to 5.
Both of which I saw today for the first time.
Yeah, I was going to say, you surprised me just now by saying that Damien said I tried to watch Highlander, and I thought, what? Why would you do that?
Granted, I'd seen it like 10
Have
years.
you never seen it?
Yeah, I had. I'd seen, but it's been like 10 years. I know little
Right.
bits about it, but if we were going to chat shit, I thought I would refresh myself. But it didn't work out. Didn't work out as I would have liked.
Decided not to watch it after the title crawl.
In all fairness, I still had like 10, 15 minutes to go, but fortunately you called and saved me the grief, so here we are.
So you never found out what happens to Kevin MacLeod and his musical repertoire?
Oh, I know he wins, but I don't like that. I think Clancy Brown should have always won. But there you go. But it was rife with grief, this viewing experience, because
It's a very emotional movie.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you have a very plush studio. What they don't understand, it's practically a radio station where you're doing this. I'm doing this in a shack out in the swamp, and the computer that I'm using for this caca is a good 15 years old. I've got an iMac here, and I thought I would. So I was going to buy a copy of this movie. The thing I could do at a moment's notice is rent it on Amazon. So I went to go do that, and I found out that this machine does not support the resolution that it is streaming in. And I thought, which was irksome enough, because I thought you could just downgrade that shit and just play. But apparently it was no.
Is it like a 640 screen?
I mean, it's not HD. That's all I can tell
Well,
you.
no, I don't imagine it's HD. Well, no, okay.
I think it's like a bee's dick before HD, really. But yeah, so it wouldn't have it. It was throwing all its toys out the pram. So it recommended that I would, if I can't do it on this machine, that I watch it on my phone. So I was hunched over my desk for the last 2 hours, with my phone propped up against a glass, watching this fucking thing.
That's not how you meant to watch stuff on phones, Damien. You meant to watch it on the toilet. Or on a crowded bus.
Alas, those options were not available to me.
Or whilst you're going up and down a promenade or a public area on your chopper, listening to it as it rests in between your handlebars. By chopper, I mean like a chopper that you cycle with pedals.
Oh no, I'm thinking
Not
like
an actual like motorbike that you're slowly moving up and down. I mean, like you know what I mean.
I'm thinking
You know
like
what
the
chopper
trike
is,
I
right?
had that I loved. You know exactly what you
A
mean.
trike, yeah, a massive trike, yeah.
No, not even massive. I'm talking about the Fisher-Price thing that I fucking beat the shit out of when I was a kid. I loved that thing.
So like your knees are up to your ears.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah, maybe you
my
could
legs
have one of
aren't
those
that long,
hats
so
with the
it's fine.
propellers on top.
I'd love a beanie like that.
Is that a beanie?
I think they're called beanies. I'm confused.
I always thought that beanies were soft. And
I
always
know
got
that
the
you get
impression
certain
the propeller
woolen
hat was
hats.
like more like a skull cap.
Right. I know you get woolen
Okay.
hats at beanies, but I heard someone refer to one of those propeller caps as a beanie. Is that also a thing? So I'm just gonna get behind that. I'm on that train. Any headgear is a beanie as far as I'm concerned. I don't care.
Right.
I'm hardly
There's
in vogue
his
anyway.
famous
So.
white beanie. Yeah, go on. What were you saying? I don't know.
fucking
Something
no
about
idea.
what's a beanie and what's not a beanie.
No, I was saying I couldn't watch this on the fucking toilet, did I? No,
Right. The technology does not allow it in your house.
The technology allows it, but alas, my father kind of indirectly does not. Because
Yeah, but
would
you
you like to
take all the
believe?
doors off all the rooms, so
Oh no, we remedied that
it's,
a long
it's
time
technically
ago.
now the same room as your father's bedroom, the toilet down the hall, isn't it? Like it's all
Yeah.
just one room.
Oh, actually, it's worth because I know we mentioned it last time. I came back and the hallways were littered with mattresses again. So I don't know if he was
New ones?
No. I don't know if he was eavesdropping on what we were talking about, him living in a fucking
He's an
skag
ardent
den.
listener, I
But
think.
perhaps maybe he didn't mention anything to me. He was obviously didn't feel scolded. He was quite happy to see me when I came here. But I don't know. Maybe he took that to heart and he's fucking got that shit out of there. But there they are, back in the hallway again. So it's a lovely adventure, kind of shimmying down that thing. But
Like full to the brim cups of tea, like on a silver plate as you like cross over from one which is kind of firm and thick to another which is not firm at all, but it's also like half the width. You've got to do all these calculations in your head, and also it's in the dark because there's only one light bulb in the house.
yep.
You're not going to fucking start putting it in the hallway.
Well, see, the thing is, they're just kind of slung up there. You have a combination of single and double mattresses, and of varying thicknesses. So some are just kind of flush against the wall, the smaller ones, because they don't weigh much and they have a good, I suppose, center of gravity. So you can just prop them up almost vertically, and that's not a problem. The larger ones you have at different angles sloping down. So if you catch the bottom of them, you can guarantee it's going to capsize over you and keep you buried.
Right.
In that fucking hallway for
You're going to
weeks.
like start off like a wave machine, but the waves are just mattresses. Like the pool is full of like 400 mattresses, and you know, with the right sort of tremor on the right sort of day, with the right humidity, it sets off this like tsunami of old piss-stained mattresses that just, you know, like almost seem to be just working themselves up into a froth.
Ah, man, it's not a bad idea actually. If we were to sling them in what used to be the pool, I can. It's
Yeah,
like,
you could set them on fire and become famous.
No, I kind of want. I'd like it as a sort of makeshift trampoline. Just
What's
dive
a trampoline?
a trampoline. You know, trampoline.
I thought it was like something where it was like a walled structure or something. Like you were talking about a technical trampoline, knockout by.
Well, maybe I can kind of get myself jazzed about something by just jumping into a hole. I don't know. I can't do it at the moment. There are too many spikes and broken glass. But yeah, it might be a good way to get some tat out of the fucking hallways and yeah, have some fun. Maybe with the dogs as well. Maybe they'll like it too. I don't know. But yeah, toilet's not a great place to hang out anymore because, would you believe it, there are more facilities at this house that have broken down.
Right. I mean, what could that be? Like floor failure?
Well, that comes later.
I mean, you're talking about like the steam generators packed in.
No.
What could possibly stop working?
We've got the shower in his ensuite bathroom is packed in, so he now exclusively uses what I used to regard as my bathroom across the hall. So,
Right. And that's the one that has the bath in it.
yes, and of course the infamous flush
With
bucket.
the brown floor.
Brown.
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
It's got the flush. Yeah, I don't know if I could like get naked in front of the flush bucket.
It's seen too much. Yeah, it seems that toilet care is not rigorously upheld at the moment. So, I mean, I'm having to piss and shit outside at the moment because why the fuck not? There's,
What? Like outside in the garden.
no, on the fucking driveway is a fuck you to the village.
Your arse facing that roundabout.
Climb the tree and just wait for unweary passerbys.
Yeah, you were trying to actually like get one on the windscreen.
Oh yeah, but not just that, the pedestrians too. No one's safe.
You see, I'd say there's more skill to doing that properly than there is to running fast. Why can't we see that in the Olympics? Like, has he accounted for wind? Has he accounted for the clartiness? Has he accounted for consistency?
We hear that he's been upkeeping fiber in his diet, but there is such a thing as too much fiber. We don't. Weight could be an issue here.
How much cum does his anus have in it? All of this matters.
Good Lord, man.
Okay,
And we're off.
Was that too much?
No, this is going to be the next 2 hours. We're going to talk
Yeah.
about Highlander now. We've already got to toilet talk with Damien Benedict.
So before we started talking, I think that Damien and I sort of decided that we're both going mad, and yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, yes, this is a podcast. Damien, I saw someone comment on one of these recent Sans Hosen podcasts that the Boisterous Brothers, the first podcast we did, was like young guys having fun. And then the second one we did, Georg Rockall-Schmidt show, was like more professional, like, ooh, getting on with life. And then this one, Sans Hosen, is death.
Yeah.
And they speculated that the next one we do would be hell, as in hell.
Well, we're not far off that. I don't think. I do like that analogy. You really watching two life cycles at this point.
I mean, from when we end up like suddenly stop doing Sans Hosen and never do one again, and then just do a new podcast that's exactly the same thing with a different name, should we just put on like screaming in the background, kind of low, and just never mention it? I'm in hell. Scary. God, even hell sounds fucking boring.
Played out.
I mean, that would be it, wouldn't it? Really, hell. Like the pain would stop being interesting or anything, and it would just be, oh god.
Oh yeah, it's just
another 8 hours of knitting needles under my dick, under and in.
Yes. Well, again, it's routine. I've seen this shit before.
It's just routine. Yeah.
You can take my balls out of the vice
raped
now.
by Satan before, whatever.
Oh, it must be a Wednesday.
You start like growing this sort of callus where you just start to sort of disconcert Satan et al. By just not being scared at all. They start to sort of regard you with fear. That's the answer to evil. Is just complete antipathy.
Good Lord, man!
I don't care about any of this.
There isn't enough demon dick that can be shoved in my asshole that can frighten me now. I am a god.
Bring it on. I like it.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. How could you say such a thing?
That's a sin. That's a bloody sin. You all saw it. It's a sin.
Oh my god, he's consenting now. This has just got this. This is gross.
Satan quickly opens up his trapper keeper, writes it down in pink biro.
You're going on the naughty list.
My apologies. I must rehydrate, you see.
Yeah.
It's hot in hell.
With your homies.
What are these bastard animals behind me? I had a genius idea, because normally they're quite problematic while we do these things. I have blasted this room for the last few hours with a fan heater, because it's now that time of year where this house is the close second to the Antarctic. So I've been.
So what? You're saying you've lulled them to sleep with heat?
You basically just conk them the fuck out. They might be having issues.
One of them has died.
They don't look like they're breathing. Yeah, they're very still,
Right.
unusual. But yeah, just blast them with heat. Who would have thought? They're all sound asleep for a change, rather than shitting in the corner. Oh, oh man, my old man is talking about.
Yeah.
You might.
Is there shit in the corner of your house? Is it one of those houses where there's errant shits?
I mean, that's. My dad was saying, like, I haven't finished, cleaning up your room, what have you, not done clean all the sheets and what have you. So you might want to stay in the spare room. That's all done up. So all right, fine. I come in, sheets are fine, bed's made, what have you.
There's a turd on the pillow.
Not far off. I walk round to the other side of the bed. There's this little brown nugget there, completely dried off. It's obviously been there for fucking weeks. I don't think he knows about it, but I think Brian's taken it like a nice little stealth shit there. It's like,
no.
It's good to be back.
Oh, that's horrendous. I mean, you see some houses, don't you, where they've just like walked into the carpet.
Yeah, there are definitely areas in this house quite like it's not the shit, but definitely the stairwell,
Like chow mein and such.
No, I mean like Nala when she first came here would piss on the stairwell quite a lot before she obviously got glued up and no scat at the back, but it's got to a point where it's stained. And it used to be like a cream carpet. It is a kind of tan brown now, but certain areas are a little more tan than others.
Right, you've got like a Dalmatian carpet.
Kind of. Well, no, not really, because that would imply lots of sporadic little spots. We're talking about one huge fucking stain at the bottom of the fucking stairwell that, for love and money, cannot be removed.
Oh.
I'm sure if we took out the carpet and put laminate flooring down, it would eventually soak through. And all the
Like, what you mean? Like, you're saying that if, like, in 1,000 years, the house has long been demolished, they build a monastery there, take it down, build another one, and still the granite stones that they lay there still develop this exact stain in the exact same place.
Oh, I think that
Like, if only it looked like a face or something, then it could be holy.
Well, for that, if they build, like a statue of Mary at the foot of it and say, look, it's a miracle she's pissed herself, perhaps.
No, the water's broken. Duh.
But no, I'm
Why is
convinced
Mary always crying? Was it because they killed him? I suppose so, that makes sense, doesn't it? Stupid question.
Just a sullen bitch. Because she always looks quite young, not... too young to have like a
she looks too young. That's where that whole Jesus thing religion falls down. That's not believable.
Well, if she's crying for a lost son, I mean, we're talking about a 33-year-old son. She's got to kind of look.
I like the way you know the exact
bit.
age of Jesus. It's because you're that age, don't you? And you can't help going, God, Jesus accomplished so much by my age.
A little bit.
I'm fucking nothing. I'm nothing. I'll never be Jesus or even a minor prophet.
Oh dear. I just flip burgers for a living. It's terrible.
Damien, do you know what I found out this week?
Go on.
Do you know what the job with the highest per capita death from coronavirus is?
I'm going to guess fucking cooking.
Chef.
Yeah, of course. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Higher than even medical workers. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I was briefly saying off mic that I was planning to go abroad in a couple of weeks, and I'm hoping that they're all seasonal bugs, but everyone's got the fucking plague at the moment, and I'm deathly trying to avoid them, but I just cannot. It is absolutely frightening. What's baffling about all this shit is there are so many people that are still flying the flag with the restrictions. In terms of at least wearing masks. I don't know what else they do, but they do the very least the bare minimum, which is to wear this shit. Mm-hmm. And they'll think, all right, okay, cool. I don't want to get sick. Where should I go? Perhaps the filthiest place in London. So let's go to a grubby basement in Soho. And they get
right, which is where you live.
Live and breathe that shit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I work in a basement.
Because I imagine, don't you live in isn't there there's the walk-in freezer, but then there's another walk-in, but it's not cold, and that's where you live. I've never actually noticed, but this corridor to the walk-in freezer where we also keep, stacks of decaying vegetables, there's a door behind there. I never even thought, is that another walk-in freezer? No, that's where Damien lives.
No, there's actually a linen cupboard. The back entrance is under the stairwell. We keep all the cloths and the aprons in there, along with a lot of other shit. And there have been times where I've done back-to-back double shifts, and on my break, I'll go in there and just sit down and have a little bit of a nap. Yes, and I have
Quick
speculated.
Wank sandwich.
Absolutely.
Watch a bit of Highlander.
I mean, I've speculated, bringing a sleeping bag and just kipping if I know I'm going to be there in another 5 hours.
Oh my god! Yeah, I would totally sleep there. What, rather than go home and get 3 hours sleep?
Yeah, basically. I mean, fucking hell. At this point, the central line is absolutely fucking diabolical for people. They're packed in like fucking sardines again, and fuck knows they just go around licking each other. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. I mean, one of the things that's been going on quite recently is I don't know where they are, but there's a lot of Free Palestine rallies going on. So we get all the guys coming from that, and what they like to do is they will wear the V for Vendetta Guy Fawkes mask, albeit chrome ones,
The chrome ones.
Yeah.
So they're not street legal.
No, absolutely not. And they're I don't know what the fuck's going on. They're all kind of like fucking around the trains, what have you. But at the very least, it's good to see at least someone wearing, a face covering. I mean, they look like they're going to start a fight, but I know they're not going to be breathing on me at least. So, small consolation, but a consolation nonetheless.
Like burkas, good show.
Absolutely, I'm all about the hijab now. I think I'm going to adopt the lifestyle.
No, not hijab. Hijab's the one without the face covering. Lazy.
Well, who would have thought that I am incredibly fucking ignorant?
Yeah.
It's some of the shit
That's
I've
right.
said on here.
That's right. This is from the person who told everyone at college that he was a Jew.
I said Jewish,
so that he could go home early, and then said, "I have to go to my mosque."
Oh dear! I did it so I could get someone fired from school.
Me. You ask about me? Yeah, Presbyterian. Yeah, that's right. Allah be praised.
There was one point, it's a long time, I was working at a pub and I was like, I'm having trouble getting time off work, and you recommended, just say it's Hajj, There comes say to your boss, there comes a time in every good Muslim's life when Hajj, and then just walk out.
I'll be away for 3 weeks, I'll need about $8,000. For the plane tickets and the accommodation.
And if they question a single word,
say
you just cry
Hajj.
discrimination. The way you paid it was like, don't even explain it. You just shout Hajj at them and run.
And then like throw your Muslim card down on the floor. Boom. Wait, I'll need that.
They won't let me on the plane otherwise.
Yeah, they won't let me Hajj. That's critical.
I love a good Hajj myself.
Oh god, I remember at school watching something about Mecca during Hajj, and they were saying during Hajj, or maybe it's all the time, I don't know, but the area around Hajj, the big box that everyone likes, you're only allowed to be there if you're a Muslim. And someone at school said, "Well, how did they film it then?" Like, what? Well, if only Muslims can get in, how did someone film it? Like, Jesus. I mean, I think we're talking about racism on a whole new level there.
Fucking hell.
Like, Muslims are incapable of filming things.
They don't have the technology.
No, you see, what happened was a white person lent a camera to a Muslim, you see, and possibly showed them how to use it, even using, things that, just proxies. Just like, pretend you're peeling a banana. Banana. That's a fruit.
I do feel like that's probably like something that Mrs. Nuttall would have tried to have taught us. It's like, well, of course the crew would have, been on loan and this, that, and the other.
Of course the crew would have been white.
On loan.
On loan from the Louvre.
You see, it's important that we study them, you see. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, old woman? I do like that she obviously gave up at one point and just let us watch The Simpsons when we were going for our RE lessons. Granted, it was always the same one. It was supposed
Did we watch the same Simpsons 3 times in a row to fill an hour?
No, we'd it'd be one.
Or would it be like structured so that we fucked around doing nothing for 25 minutes?
Well, you were supposed to
and then
answer
watch The
questions
Simpsons?
about it, but I know I've watched it at least 2 times. It's the one where Homer gives up church.
Right. Yeah, that one where Homer gives up church. And what? And this was shown to us in religious instruction for what purpose?
I don't know. The best I can think is the kind of some kind of multicultural thing that she was trying to teach us at the end, because Homer was saved by all the religions simultaneous. So yeah, but that
Was he? I don't remember it being like that.
Yeah, because they made a point of, you had Krusty, you had Reverend Lovejoy, Flanders, and Apu, and they kind of showcased them all. It's obviously done as a gag.
All 3 religions.
Yeah. But particularly when the gag was that Lovejoy is trying to spell it out for him. So you have, Krusty is Jewish and Flanders is Christian and Apu is miscellaneous. It's like, no, I'm Hindu. There's like 40 million of us. He's like, oh, that's super, and just completely brushes it off, and that's the kind of gag. So I know what you're trying to do, Miss, but he's just kind of like really absolutely floors you with this fucking bullshit.
yeah, like it goes against what you're trying to say. Yeah, there's way more than 40 million.
Oh no, I don't know what the line is. I'm just paraphrasing.
Yeah, well, whatever. Okay.
I just picked a number out of the air. I may as well have said 12 with my
There are
knowledge.
more than 12 of us.
Well, it's technically true.
More than one. So, speaking of all of that, did you enjoy Highlander? And it doesn't sound like you watched any Final Destination.
No, what I did, I watched the supercut of all the deaths, and I thought that's more than enough.
Did it have a little counter on it as well?
It did. I
Yeah.
think you watched the same video, didn't you?
No, I didn't watch it. No. Why would I watch any of that?
No. Well, I don't know. I mean, we've never thought to talk about. We've even brought it up in passing. Final Destination. I just assumed it's nothing that would even come up on your fucking radar. So I was shocked.
What are you talking about? It's a great idea thing. Stupid idea. Ridiculous, flawed bananas idea that reflects just how angry society is. No, I mean, Final Destination, I always thought was one of the more interesting sort of, mainstream horrors, I guess. In that, like, the antagonist is death. And death is really fucking cruel, but also constrained by these weird rules that don't make any sense. I mean, I'd rather watch one of those than Blair Witch 2.
Yeah, well, fair point.
Or Jigsaw.
I mean, I haven't. I saw the first one. Someone told me that was worth watching. I was like, okay.
What, Saw?
Yeah, but that was it.
I've seen all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is it a shit show?
Yeah.
Is there anything of any note in any of them?
Violent.
Just like my walk to the shops. So I may as well just walk to the shops. I can come back with beer
again, we
that
said
way.
that off mic as well, but Damien just apparently walked to the shops recently where there'd been, during the 12-hour petrol crisis in Britain, there'd been, like, what, a Mad Max situation you described.
Yes, yeah. So I came back quite late at night. It's been like 2 a.m, and I live across the road from a petrol station, and they cordoned off the road, and I didn't see anything that happened. I just know the police were there, with truncheons, like, back the fuck off. It's like, no, dude, I live here. I don't have a car. I don't need the shit.
I live in the petrol station, down the basement, down the corridor, in the walk-in freezer that isn't on, but does have electricity. It is on, but it's not cold.
Look, I brought my own knapsack. Is that okay? And a Nutri-Grain bar. I'm not going to
It's one of those that's like yellow and blue on the outside, but it's all silvery in the middle.
It's my sleeping bag, isn't it, kid?
So if you put your sandwich in the middle, and it's like, ooh, room temperature, and then you keep it on the train with you for 2.5 hours, it'll come out and it'll also still be room temperature, but soft.
See, I quite like that about those dodgy little sandwiches. There's something about.
Oh, you like that they're soft, do you?
Yeah. Well, it's not.
I don't believe that.
No, there's something. I mean, I eat a lot of sandwiches because
bet.
As a chef, I cannot be asked to do anything with food when I'm off the clock. So, putting something between bread is the only thing I'm prepared to do. So I mean, lots of. A lot of tomatoes as well, but there's something about the tomatoes that are obviously a month old in those sandwiches. I don't know. Maybe it's because I had a lot.
What do you mean in those sandwiches? You mean you're buying sandwiches?
Every now and again, yes, in passing.
Right.
If there's a long journey.
So what sort of sandwiches? Where are they from?
They'll be
White bread or brown?
Oh, brown bread, absolutely.
How many drops does it have?
Drops. I'm missing something here.
I have no idea what I'm talking about. I mean, I thought that was clear.
Oh, but that's fine.
So where are you buying these from? Are these Sainsbury's sandwiches?
Whatever's like close to wherever I'm like traveling, In this case, my most recent outing would have been a Sainsbury's, close to the coach station. But,
I remember back in the day where you could buy a sandwich for £1.
My good God.
£1. And then they thought, we need to increase the price. £1 5p.
And suddenly we've got to £4 a fucking sandwich. How fucking old am I?
How much is it for a sandwich? Not a big baguette sandwich. One of those triangle sandwiches?
About £2.
£2?
Yeah.
How much is oyster?
Fuck knows. That seems to fluctuate. I don't know what's going on with that system at all.
How much is
I
a
would say
bus?
that is like £1.50. The minimum fare on oyster is £2.50. But I do not know how they fucking structure that shit at all, because somehow I have to always put £5 because I'm cheap. I'll only top up as I don't use it very often. I'll only put money on when I absolutely am about to use it.
Because you never know when you're going to lose it down a toilet.
Yeah.
And all the money that you've put on it will be gone with it. Why did I put £500 fucking pounds on my Oyster card?
It's because I'm always fucking broke. That's why. But somehow I'm always putting £5 on for every journey. But every journey is less than a fiver. I don't know how the maths works out, but it's fucking killing me.
You just got to save up that last fiver. Like getting your 10th free soda.
I suppose, but I don't care. It's still not worth that fucking bullshit. But I mean, I've run around using it between that and buses and what have you, and I'll check the money, and sometimes it just doesn't seem to charge anything, and then boom, like fucking, I'll find myself just going like a couple of stops or something like that, and that's like, yeah, 20 quid now, please. What the fuck was this? What?
Yeah.
And people, when I speak to some of the guys at work, most of my journeys are on foot, and it's good like 6-7 miles. And it's like, why do you do that? It's like, have you not seen the fucking state of the tube? It's fucking revolting. It's not worth that fucking money. I don't care if I'm a weird loner. Do that shit on foot, thank you very much.
Yeah,
and I like
but
the
I imagine
sights.
you've got like hiking sticks as well.
Tennis rackets on my
like,
feet.
One of those baseball caps with like the French Foreign Legion bit on the back to cover the back of your neck from the sun.
I haven't thought about that.
You know when you see people wearing them and they're just like going just hiking around a forest trail. And, like, you don't need that.
No, not at all. I do. Yeah, I see those walking sticks a lot, and you can.
Not the walking sticks. I mean the hat.
The
with
hat.
The back thing.
Oh, I've not seen that in the fucking wild. No, do you?
No.
Do you? Good lord! Ask that person many questions about their life and the decisions that
Why
put
are you
them to
wearing
this
that
place.
stupid hat? Yeah. Wait, am I the arsehole? Yeah.
No, they're wearing
go
that
on.
fucking hat.
You see people walking around with like aluminium walking sticks?
No, but when I have come across them, I don't understand what the benefit is. Granted, we're on flat ground when I see them on mild inclines, but they're not putting any pressure on these fucking sticks. They're more of an affectation. So yes, I have walking sticks. I do a bit of hiking myself. I don't see any.
I'm not doing any right now. I'm in the middle of London, but I thought I'd use them anyway.
No, I'm off to Pret a Manger. Don't you understand? It's time
Let
for
me
my
just
flat
awkwardly put both of my walking sticks by the loops that they have on the end of them, both of them on my left arm, and then keep my left arm up perpendicular to myself, like I am hosting a falcon or something. Awkwardly let these dangle and hit my shins and anyone's shins nearby, and sort of shimmy up to the cashier and say, "Can I have a bacon and lettuce tomato sandwich, please?"
Oh no!
They don't sell anything fucking like that at Pret a Manger. It's all bollocks. It's all like
It's
"Hey,
goat's
some
cheese and
stuff."
olive toasted paninis.
Yeah.
Would you like 50 milliliters of orange juice with ginger in it? It's a superfood, don't you know?
Is it really like that?
Gotcha.
With a ginger in it.
No, I mean
a cocktail.
they have their
Yeah.
selection of juices and stuff, and it's not just Pret a Manger. They're all doing it. They are like these bottles that are less than 100 milliliters. They're usually like fucking £3. They always
Less
they
than
call-
100 milliliters. That's like a squirt.
Yeah, no, it's fucking nothing. But they're called like power shots, and they say that it's filled with things like turmeric and all the things that are good for you. And we're gonna blitz up fucking couscous, quinoa, all this fucking shit, and
Couscous, quinoa, turmeric.
the urine of a spring lamb. It's like it's everything you need. Just one shot, you're
Yeah.
good to go. Have a next to it, you'll find like a little carton, and just with like 2 hard-boiled eggs in it for like fucking £1.50.
£3.
This is everything you need. You're a man on the go. You're about to conquer the city.
You need a boiled egg. What sort of human being is going around without a boiled egg in one of their pockets?
I mean, to be honest, I saw this for the first time the other day, and I fucking snapped it up so I could walk around with a fucking egg. I was just in the bus stop eating eggs. So I know without a shadow of a doubt that I am trash, and I loved it.
I don't think that makes you trash. I've seen
Oh, it was
people
when I
on-
fucking fired up a storm on that bus. I gassed that motherfucker out.
It's when people have like containers of food, like eating like pot noodle at the back of the bus. Like you've had to prepare it elsewhere and take it onto the bus with you.
Yeah. I did tell you about those ladies I saw on the overground that time. Did I say it on
You did.
Was it on the podcast?
I don't know. I've
well,
no
I
idea
can
what the fuck goes on the podcast.
Well, this was this was the first time I returned to London after the first lockdown, so the panic was still pretty prevalent. But the overground, for some reason, was still, for whatever reason, just packed, despite all the fucking rules that were quite well enforced at that time. But there were these two old ladies that got on with their shopping, what have you, and they decided to dispense with their masks and what have you, and they brought out some Tupperware that they clean filmed up and proceeded to have their lunch. What they also did is they started setting down cutlery next. Their silverware, this was not disposable cutlery they bought from a shop. This is something they prepared at home, clearly with the intention of eating it somewhere. It's summer. It's got to be like August.
In linen napkins.
Absolutely. They had everything ready. So I was presumably they were going to a park. It wasn't rained off, but they decided the train was the place to fucking go. And
Everyone knows it's the car park where you do that.
Yeah, so they
Well,
laid.
they didn't have a car, did they? Obviously, that's why.
They're
That would
laying
be
all
odd
this-
if you went to a car park to eat a picnic but didn't have a car.
Well, you can get up to all sorts in a car park. I don't know. They
They
looked
were
like
organising all that dogging.
they were definitely in their autumn years, but you know, who am I to judge? They could lead very fruitful lives. I don't know. That's for them.
Okay, that doesn't seem relevant, but all right. To be honest, as well, they came across like human shit. But anyway, as I was saying, they ate something in front of me. Damien, you have very high standards.
No,
This is why you can't get a girlfriend. You're always snubbing
Absolutely.
these opportunities.
I should have just walked up to these old ladies and introduced myself, and I'd be fucking crushing ass all over town right now.
Yeah. Just lower your standards a bit and start fucking 70-year-olds.
Oh man, it's just like it's just kind of I was flabbergasted because it wasn't just that, the silverware too, but they had brought like a 2-kilo box of like sacks of table salt as well, and they set that out
Right.
down on the floor, opened the lid and what have you, which they just left on the floor, which they put back on, you know. Just with all these people around them, coughing, spluttering, and all this kind of shit. They're just there seizing the food as they go. Food everywhere, all this kind of shit. Hands all over the front. It's like, what the fuck is going on with these people? And God knows, how did we get onto this?
Yeah, I don't know how we got onto the this specific conversation about people having a meal on the train. But I
Oh,
know what
we're
you
talking
mean.
about
Like, no one
farting
wants
on
to see
trains.
that or be near it.
No, not at all.
I mean, but you don't have a problem with people eating on the plane.
I mean, I do, but I know it's inappropriate
It's
to say so.
disgusting.
Yeah.
I really like aeroplane food.
Yeah. It's.
I mean, I wouldn't say I like it enough where I'd, choose to eat it off an aeroplane, but I'm always kind of impressed. It's always like, oh, this is actually better than it could have been,
It's always dreadful, but I have terrible, terrible taste. So I don't mind. I'm a pig.
Yeah.
I'll eat anything.
I grew up eating cardboard and shit, so no problem. No problem, Thomas Cook. Let me eat that fucking thing down. What's that? Aldo Zilli, don't care. Yeah, so anyway, Final Destination,
Right. We were talking about that.
Highlander.
So yeah, you wanted to do. So what was the theme here?
Wait, you're gonna ask me what was the brief? What
What
was
the brief? What are we doing today?
I don't know, something about movies or something. So, what did you think of Highlander?
I mean, I thought it was dreadful. It's not my cup of tea at all.
Right. Why not?
I don't know. It's just kind of a. I don't. It's more than anything. The first time I watched that movie, it was the experience was shared with people that I really didn't like, and they loved it.
Right.
Well, this was
Tell me about that.
it was an ex-girlfriend and her family.
Oh my god, I know exactly who you're talking about just by saying that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh right. What?
And they,
Okay.
They loved.
And they made you watch Highlander.
It was sort of like they forced me to. It's like, why don't we watch this? And they were, you know, was like, okay, fine, whatever. It was. I don't remember it being like a big family occasion or anything like that. Maybe I think, you know, the dad wanted to sit down and watch it. It's like, okay, fine, well, we're here, so whatever. And they were very twee people, and they were just they talked about this stuff. They had with no edge, no real taste. You know, when they talked about things they liked and why they liked it, and like, I would look a little bit deeper into a lot more of these things, but I just kind of had to play along and be nice. And I'm just like, oh, this is.
I mean, they were dumb. Basically.
Yeah, they were dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just everything that they were kind of saying was like either really cool or smart that would come up. It's like, yeah, I just kind of play along, and it's like, oh, it just made me. It would just invariably make me cringe, but I'd absolutely have to keep that shit to myself. And I'm watching this, and I'm just kind of being reminded of that experience. I'm not really judging the movie on its merits at all, but you know, there was a line, was it whatever you say, Jack, you're the master race. I had that come up a few times. Like, yeah, that was such a fucking dynamite fucking line. It's like, it's okay, but the way that they would say it, it's like these people are, they're just dumb. They're just not sharp, and they made everything just cringeworthy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite the same thing, but I remember going to a friend's house and like waiting for his dad to take me back home, like drive me back home, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll take you. We're just gonna watch a movie first. 3 Men and a Baby."
No.
And like having to sit through that, and they thought it was hilarious.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
That must have been a fun afternoon.
You know when you're like, God, this is. But I mean, as a kid, I think I always had this like really weird anxiety about wasting my time, and I always felt like doing that, like just sitting down and watching a movie. Like a random movie, especially, I guess. Maybe not even a random movie, but definitely a shit movie. God.
Mm-hmm.
And like having to like sit there with other people, like because even at like 8 or 9, I would have turned it off.
Yep.
But
I mean, that's what
as we were discussing off mic, we hate movies.
we've lost the ability to enjoy anything.
Anything. Is that right?
I would say so. I think you was coming more from the perspective of you've just seen it all before, and it's not necessarily terrible. It's just very predictable. Nothing's offering anything new or exciting. It's maybe not the. It's not that, you know, there's nothing out there that could be exciting. It's just I've yet to be surprised. I haven't been surprised in such a long time.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I would say that's pretty much it. I mean, the sort of example I always go to thinking about this is like The Revenant, which is a film from, I think, 2015, which I think is very, very well made and technically very good. All of it's very good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fairly straightforward story about revenge. And it's really well acted, and I think it's well written and everything, but it's not even like a criticism of the film. It's just I've seen it before. I've felt everything that it makes me feel before, and it's like, well, you know, obviously a lot of people haven't, so they could get like loads out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like if I think about films I saw the first time when I was a lot younger, and how incredible those experiences were to me. I mean, they're not new either. They were just new to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I'm like an old bastard who's like fucking films are shit. It's more just like, yeah, no, I am saying that actually. It's not like I'm saying films are shit now. It's like, oh fuck, now I'm older, I realise it's all shit. It's all meaningless pretense. It's all just people with either fears or just boredom, just not wanting to die and turn to dust and be forgotten forever, not wanting all of existence to be meaningless, which it inevitably is. It's no one's fault. It's like, you could do anything, you can do nothing. It really doesn't make a difference. There's no truth to be gleaned or anything like that.
Just briefly existing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely truth in terms of, scientific understanding and things like that, and this is how this works, and this is why this happened. But there's no, philosophy or ideology or sort of way of thinking that soothes. Like, the only way of thinking is, all right, well, it doesn't matter, because you're going to die. Doesn't matter what you think.
And that's why...
I don't watch movies anymore.
That's why we turn to booze and such the like.
I mean, turn to it. I am the booze. Yeah. So with that, I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Know exactly what you mean. Yeah,
Is
I
that
didn't
in any way
quite clarified it like that before, but I can see that. It's just listening to you talk. It's like, I know that we're 32, and it's like, man, I think even at this age, these are already the fucking twilight years. It's like this world is, and this media and all this stuff that's perpetuating itself. And as you say, it's almost designed to be inspiring younger generation to do this, that, and the other. It's not for us anymore. We're done. We're out. Yeah, we're over.
It's like I remember really liking Pulp Fiction as a kid. And I still think it's different, definitely for its time, and well made and interesting and got its own personality. I think it's a good film, but if I'd never seen it and I discovered it now, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's a good example, yeah. Or if I discovered The Room and I'd never seen that before, I wouldn't think it was hysterical. I'd be like, oh, for fuck's sake. Well, maybe I would think it was hysterical, but I wouldn't be as interested in it.
Yeah, that's good to say. There's just kind of so much at this point, just kind of numb to it. A little bit. It's not terrible. I mean, I can still get out of bed in the morning, but I can't say what I'll be like by the time if I reach 40.
So I don't know, I guess Final Destination and Highlander got us onto that.
Yeah, somehow. So what was the idea? Is that they were going to be versus each other, all kind of mashing this shit up.
I said Highlander versus Final Destination, however you want to interpret that. I didn't really think we'd even talk about it, so whatever.
Well,
I'm frankly aghast that you did any sort of research.
But I watched TV. Give me that. I watched a supercut.
Yeah, just like being back at school.
Yes. I didn't watch those movies when I was because they're about 20 years old. I didn't like horror when I was a kid. I was way too fucking squeamish. I remember this is when we had Choices Video up the road, and there was a video rental store. My dad had rented Final Destination 2. I think I want to say 2000, mid 2000s, something like that. And I think I caught the first death. I saw the big the big kind of pile up on the highway, and there's one guy in his truck. There's another lorry in front that's carting logs behind it. When that kind of goes tits up and the log plows through the windscreen, obliterating his head. I mean, even as a squeamish kid, I thought that was fucking hilarious, and I saw it again today, and it still holds up. It's still quite comical. But yeah, I mean, a lot of that's I stayed around to watch the first guy get kind of mauled. He had his hands in the fucking food disposal in the kitchen. He ends up fucking going down the fire escape somehow in some kind of Tom and Jerry farce. And then I think it's the ladder.
His whole body goes down the food disposal.
No, it does a lot of bait and switching, doesn't it? You think that's going to be it. It's like, what's going to actually get him? somehow he ends up falling down the fire escape. And you think, oh, maybe it's the fall. No, he's fine. It's the ladder that descends like inches away from his face, and then oh, phew, that's it. And then it finally caves through his fucking skull. And I don't know. After that was it. I saw enough at that point, and I kind of tapped out. I was like, I can't watch like. For whatever reason, all that bait and switching was incredibly stressful for me as a kid. And I was like, I can't do this. I want to watch cartoons. I'm sorry, I can't go through this 5 more times. This is agony.
Yeah. I mean, I think that we should just quickly say what Final Destination is. Essentially, it's the idea that some people cheat death. And usually, through no fault of their own, they don't die when they should have in a plane accident or something like that. And death is extremely, apparently, you never see death, but it's sort of the invisible antagonist. Death is extremely pissed off by this and uses its poltergeist-type powers to try and kill people, but it also has no control over other things, like it can't give people a tumour or anything, because that's not visual or interesting to look at.
It's more of a mini-series. More of a heavy drama.
I don't understand, why did all these survivors slowly die of liver failure? Yeah, I mean, I sort of like the idea, I guess. And yes, I guess some of the deaths can be wacky. I really was thinking more like, well, what if Death was trying to do this, but it was against Highlander, who cannot die?
Right, okay.
Like, you know, I mean, the only way Highlander can die is if he gets his head cut off.
Right.
Right? So even if you blow his head off with a cannon, then that's not the same. It's got to be cut off.
Did they explicitly say that? So if you, like, put a 12 gauge to his, his forehead and just destroyed all brain matter, it will slowly kind of coalesce? Right.
Imagine Sean Connery, right? And he's wearing a red velvet, sort of like 17th century, not really appropriate for everything else people are wearing, but they're Scottish, so whatever, sort of garb. Almost like he's like fighting for the fucking, like, Monaco Principality army in 1750 or something. He's wearing that, right? Brown boots up to his knee.
Mm-hmm.
Left leg straight, right leg bent. Right, both arms bent and sort of tensing, and in between them he's got a sword. Right, he's doing that as he says directly to MacLeod. He says, "They've got to separate your head from your neck," and that's it. That's the explanation.
Okay, so all right, so all bets are off then. So you can fuck with the head, but as long as if you don't sever that, it's absolutely fine.
They go through this whole bit. It's this deleted scene where Sean Connery's character, who's called something like Raphael or something, like he's Spanish, even though it takes place in Scotland and he's clearly Scottish.
No, it's not just that, right? So one of the fucking baffling things about Highlander, because I think Christopher Lambert's French, right? So you have a French guy playing a Scottish man, and then you have a Scottish guy playing an Egyptian pretending to be a Spaniard.
Egyptian, yeah.
And it's just fucking... That in itself is absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah, there's this whole other bit where Kevin MacLeod's saying to him, like, what about if someone pokes you through the ear? No, that's fine. What about if someone gets an anvil and drops it on your head? That's fine too. What about a piano? Anything dropped on your head is fine. I'm Scottish, and this is my opportunity to speak like this. Yeah. What about if you're on the Titanic and you're leaning out of the Titanic, and then the iceberg comes, and your head gets crushed in between them? It would only count if the ice severed your head on the side of the Titanic. If it just crushed it, no, you're fine. I think you'll find
How
that
are you
is a
not
fucking
getting this already?
perfect impression of Sean Connery. Sure, she can laugh, but she
Because
can't
you do her own
understand.
stunts. Yeah.
Very much like this is an impression of everybody from England.
Absolutely.
This is if we continue to speak like this, and Americans and whatnot won't notice the difference.
I believe it was time for some tea and scones, don't you know? I'm off for the mess. I'm going to read the Times.
My scone doesn't have enough jam.
Like there's no service. You sat right in the corner.
It's just a statement of fact.
It's an observation. I'm sorry, sir.
There's
Did you
no
say anything?
scone at all.
I just have a spoon with some jam on it. The scone is in my mind.
There isn't a scone. That's his statement. There isn't a scone. It's like in a car wash. Yeah, inbreeding will do that to you. So how would death try and kill MacLeod? You know, being that he'd have to cut his neck off. Because I guess MacLeod could just wear a, you know, sort of like a ruffle made of iron. He could be called the Iron Ruffle.
I was going to say a neck brace, but yeah, I suppose you want something with a
Neck brace, yeah.
with a bit more clout, I suppose.
He could give himself some added protection by hammering in some 6-inch nails into his head, like Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Right. Okay.
That might help him. Although he'd have to sort of leave a front bit so he could get his mouth on things, I guess. You don't need that in modern society. You got spoons and such.
He's an immortal. Surely he doesn't need to eat. So, you know, he can fucking throw that shit to the wind. He's supposed to be in hiding anyway, so it doesn't matter how fucking deformed he's going to be.
I mean, I guess he doesn't need to breathe. He could live under the water. He could just start free diving. I'm going to free dive to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Doesn't matter. Decompression, it hurts, but I'm fine.
But surely, if you know, with the decompression is strong enough, that'll crush enough of the matter in his neck that the neck could potentially sever.
I guess we're coming. Yeah, go on.
I mean, would it count if obviously rather than just a clean cut, the neck itself was just kind of obliterated by some other means? So if it was just kind of like crushed like that for long enough that it just wasn't a neck anymore, would that count? What do you think? I'm asking you.
I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of mechanism whereby it actually has to be cut. Not just having the effect
his
of
neck
cut,
reinflates. So he's becoming smaller and smaller, but his neck seems to kind of become like this frog-like goiter.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, eventually he just has no neck. He's just got a blobby neck.
From afar, it just looks like a sort of balloon.
Yeah.
Those weird
Well, and
anglerfish.
I guess what I was going to say is how come... Okay, this guy can be immortal and not get his head cut off and he's fine. Well, where was he during World War II, etc.? Why wasn't it like fucking 1945? I don't think so. It's 1940 and it's one man storming the beaches of Normandy, Christopher Lambert. And all he's got on is like a vest full of grenades and a metal goiter. Completely naked.
Absolutely.
I mean, what's the point? It's just all going to get shredded anyway.
Well, it's a story they're trying to tell. They're trying to tell you he's a classy gentleman. But yes, many missed opportunities. It could serve society in a much greater capacity, particularly in the war. They were quite keen to show us war-torn eras of his life, and he was very much quite apathetic.
Doing nothing.
Yeah. Not really deserving of immortality. There, I'll say it. You know, he's a bit of a twat.
Boom. Yeah, he could have been like a whole new failsafe on missile exchange, where it's like, yeah, we have launched a nuclear weapon at you, and yeah, it is primed to go off just above your city, but Christopher Lambert is actually strapped to that one right now. So if you give in to our demands, he'll disarm it, and then it'll just crash into the sea harmlessly with Christopher Lambert. Just gets vaporized and then poof, I'm back.
6 months later, you see him walking out of the sea.
He's like towing the wreckage of the Titanic behind him. This is mine now.
Aye! I speak like your Connery.
Did I mention that I'm Scottish? Look at my dress.
I'm quite Scottish. Did you know?
Did you know? Yeah. How would death kill him?
Well,
We'd have to do like an Omen 2 type death where they, You know, like where he gets like a pane of glass go through his neck. Or
Yes,
something.
yeah, I would think so. But I'd like to see Death explore. I think it's Final Destination 3. There's a guy who basically wanted to sit on the
Toilet?
No, it's just cleaning like suction thing, the bottom of a pool, and yeah,
Right.
yeah, and the idea is that he just gets his guts sucked out from that. They don't really show it. It's kind of underutilized, really. They did it much better in Alien Resurrection. I seem to remember because the end of that movie, when you have the kind of baby alien, they like shoot for whatever reason. There's a window on a spaceship, and they put a bullet through it, and it's like an inch wide, and the whole thing gets sucked out of it, and that was incredibly squeamish to watch. I really winced watching that. It's quite sad. And,
Yeah.
well, that thing looked like it was quite upset. It was in pain, and
Yeah. And it was like, Mummy.
no
And
one
Ripley
gave a
was like,
shit.
I don't give a shit. I've been resurrected and I have different coloured nails now because of that.
I'm an alien, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And I got my perm done.
It's kind of an extension of that, but they just don't do any of the really gory, gut-sucky outery. But I think they could do that. If Death were to suck out enough of Christopher Lambert, like really kind of like follow him inside
Like if
out.
it was to suck his neck out of his arse.
Yeah, would that count? I mean, that's definitely.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, you know, if that counts, then him being in a nuclear blast counts. So no, it doesn't count.
Oh, that's a
It's
shame.
it's got to be like a cutting action on the neck. You know, maybe you could get onto this like, you know, whole standoff with Death as time goes by, where like Death has like nanomachines like constantly eating away at Christopher Lambert's skin, but he's just regenerating too fast. Specifically programmed to go after his neck, so like one side of his neck is always like hanging off, but the other side's always regrowing.
So he's like a Pez dispenser. His head's just kind of rolling round.
That's
tiny,
how he eats
that
now. He
viscera that's
moves
keeping
his
you
chin back
connected.
and opens up his entire neck and just puts sausages directly down it, directly down his throat.
Again, I have to question why he would need any kind of intake. He's supposed to be immortal, but if he wants to do that, I'm quite happy to see Christopher Lambert put sausages directly into his throat via his open neck wound.
I mean, have you ever seen The Quickening, Highlander 2?
No, I have not. Tell me more.
That's really bad, that one. But it's set in the future after So what happens at the end of Highlander is once all the other immortals are dead, the immortal that survived gets the gift.
The gift isn't like just like knowledge, isn't it? I seem to remember.
You get to know all the knowledge in people's heads on Earth.
Right.
And
Okay.
so with this knowledge, Christopher Lambert builds a massive synthetic ozone layer,
Okay.
which like blocks out the sun, but also prevents us all from dying. And like it's all set in like a dystopian future, but also set in the past when he was doing shit with Sean Connery that wasn't worth mentioning in the first one. But I just like the idea of like one of the Highlanders set like 400 million years from now, where it's just Christopher Lambert orbiting the sun.
Yeah, just waiting for the sun to consume the Earth.
The Earth doesn't exist anymore. You know, all of the inner planets have gone, and he's just like every couple of 100 million years, he touches down on the surface of the sun and vaporizes, but is immediately rebuilt. I can't die. Bear.
I am vanquished, but
Yeah, I mean, enough must be enough. Right? I mean, even people who want to live forever, like, really, do you want to live forever? I mean, 1,000 years would be good enough, wouldn't it?
I would suppose so. Yeah. I mean, if I didn't have to look the part, if I could kind of look as I do now, but if I'm going to have to look like 1,000 years, and behave 1,000 years old, and fuck that.
What do you mean?
I mean, if
you have
I'm
to
going to
look
be
like you're 1,000 years old, you mean
Yeah.
if you age?
Yeah, if I were to age the entire time and be absolutely crippled, You know, for
Surely,
essentially 900
surely there's like a
years.
limit though. Like,
Or is it just like,
I mean, also, wouldn't you be like a foot tall as well if you keep on shrinking? I mean, surely you can only like get to be so old, and then that's it. That's as old as you can be. Like the knight in Indiana Jones. Like, oh, I'm fucking old, dude. You should take your armor off, maybe. You know, you got a bad back. I mean, you know what I mean, though. I mean, surely you can't get like once you're really decrepit and bent over anything. Where does it go from there? Other than your skin starts flaking off.
well, in our world, that's when you die.
That's when you die, but you don't die. Well, so you're saying that Christopher Lambert is basically like an eyeball and a skeleton?
Or just disembodied features floating through the air.
How did you lose your legs? Too much walking.
Life.
Life got worn down. I mean, I guess death has no recourse.
No, hang on. What else? What were the other kind of notable kills that we had in Final Destination? Look, a couple that I liked. Can't remember them now.
Boiled to death? Maybe?
Hmm.
There's got to be things up arses in one of them. I mean, you're already talking about the suction one. That's things out of arses.
Well, of course, that's what I go straight towards.
Oh,
You know
I
what-
think
what-
there's one I saw where like two girls get in a what do you call it? A sunbed and get cooked.
Oh, right, yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not going to do anything to Lambert, though.
No,
Of course
no,
not.
it's just gonna give him a nice tan.
What about if it's not death that's trying to fucking do him in, right?
Well, what about if it's David Jason?
I'm thinking the Mythbusters, and they just dispense with Buster. Right, they find out about him.
And Jaime is determined to show that this isn't real. They've got the thermic lance and everything. Yeah, what were you going to say? It's the
No,
Mythbusters.
I don't know. I think this could go somewhere. Outside,
They're
we're
in
gonna
diggers. And Christopher Lambert's all for it. He's like, yeah, please kill me.
Yeah. So they're strapping into like a paraglider made out of duct tape. Plummet.
I was thinking like him on ropes being pulled apart by two massive like Australia-sized mine trucks.
Right. Okay.
You know, that are the size of Australia. Very large. Big project that was.
What were the good ones? I can't remember. Ah, okay, now.
What, the good Mythbusters?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's Jamie and Adam, dude.
no, I mean like the good.
I mean, obviously R.I.P. Grant.
oh, of course, yeah.
How did he die? Didn't he die from prostate cancer or something?
No, it was a brain aneurysm.
Oh right,
Yeah, he
okay.
just
Because
fucking-
you I guess you'd hope, you know, if you were to tell me like when we were watching it, like yeah, he's gonna die young and everything, I'd be like, well, good, yeah, I'd hope he does, you know, in a massive explosion of his own making that proved something or didn't.
That myth was definitely busted.
And then you tell me he died of a fucking brain aneurysm? That's not fun. I wanted him trying to show that you can break into a safe underwater in space or something.
I'm here to prove that you can't actually blow up a car by shooting its gas tank. Now I'm going to stand 2 feet away.
Now we'll try the flamethrower. Yeah, well, that's a shame. That celebrity's dead.
Oh, we didn't do the jingle.
Well, we knew he was dead.
Unfortunately, I don't know anyone else who's died recently of any note.
I've completely stopped paying attention.
I know they're going to, so I don't have to bother.
I've heard people talking about Betty White dying. When's she gonna die? Is she gonna die, or is the Queen gonna die first? Ooh.
I don't know. How old is Betty White? She's not shy. She's not far from 100, is that right?
100.
100.
Well, I don't know. You know, when you get there, what does 10 years matter either way? I'm not going to say 100. Oh, she's 105. Well, that is old. 100 not old. 105 old. Old.
Yeah, there you go. 99 years old. Why do people care about Betty White so much?
Because she's awesome. She's very funny in Golden Girls.
I'll take your word for that. Never seen it myself.
Do it.
Oh, yeah?
I'm on season 5.
Yeah. I mean, I was asking you for recommendations earlier because
My life is an omni shambles.
Okay,
I
Golden
wouldn't
Girls it
recommend
is.
it, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not great. It's just I'm absolutely desperate.
I mean, I think that's... We can say that I'm a very desperate man. I will sign up for it.
Yeah, it's the Terry Hatcher sequel, A Very Desperate Man. Where she does like a Bob Dylan and plays a dude throughout. She'd look great as a dude. Wouldn't she though? Seriously.
Okay, I can picture it a little bit.
Like, give her a little mustache, and she'd be a really hot dude.
Like a pencil mustache.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, she couldn't be scruffy. That would make sense.
Still well turned out.
Yeah.
After the gender bender.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I guess tell me all about Squid Game, Damien.
I mean, it's okay.
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't seen it. I looked at the internet one day and everyone was talking about Squidward. And they're talking about Squidward every day, so I didn't think anything was going on.
Every day I
honestly,
open my emails, all I see is handsome Squidward.
For someone who's never watched SpongeBob SquarePants, I've seen a lot of fucking Squidward in my life. People love that dude. Anyway, Squid Game, tell me all about it. I've not watched it. Mainly because I don't watch things anymore. I listen to them while I'm doing something else. So if it's in foreign, that's a no from me.
Absolutely. If it's
So is
foreign
it in
general,
foreign?
It is in foreign.
Oh.
Yes.
Bearing in mind that I'm Korean, so you're saying it's not in Korean.
Ah, you see, now I have quite the egg on my face.
Yeah. I bet you don't even know, do you, ignorant? North Korean or South Korean? Bet you don't even know.
Central Korean, motherfucker. I've done my homework.
Shi.
You didn't know that was a
That's
country.
Chinese that I know. That's like Korean. Shi. Gekasai Daiichi. Shi.
Why does that tickle
Hello.
me so much?
That's Mackenzie. A up, Pedro.
I do beg your pardon. I'm back to reality now.
Shi. That's how I got through Chinese border control. Shi.
What does it mean?
He doesn't look Chinese and he has an English passport, but what he's saying makes a lot of sense.
Check out my friend here. Go on, say it.
Okay, you ready? Shi. Oh!
Hey! All right, you're through. Come on.
4 years dungeon.
Oh shit.
Oh, no. So tell me about Squid Game.
Oh, I mean, have you seen Battle Royale?
Yes.
Oh, then
from
you've seen
20
Squid
years
Game.
ago, yeah. What?
Oh, then you've seen Squid Game then.
Oh, is it? So is it that? I mean, I saw a load of people wearing like PlayStation symbols on their heads.
Yeah, I mean that's
Not
there's-
PlayStation symbols. You know what I mean?
Granted, it has a little bit of a different setup, but it's the same thing. It's people competing to the death, basically, until there's only one. They've just elaborated it. They've elaborated on it over what's that thing like 10 episodes. A bit more meat on it, but I mean, if you found that interesting, you might like some. I mean, I thought it was all right.
Was it good? Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm in this position now where, what was that South Korean film that came out that everyone was really interested in?
Parasite.
Parasite. Like I watched that. I thought it was good. I can see why people like it. I didn't love it. I didn't think it was particular. Like I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was clever and well done and everything. But I didn't think it was like clever enough to give a shit about. And again, this is my problem, really, not the films. I think I fucking hate movies, Damien.
Oh,
I think
know
I
you
should have
do.
been a carpenter or something.
I know. I don't
Maybe
know why
they're
you're.
like, fucking tables. I fucking hate tables. Fucking chairs. Fucking tables. Fucking hat stands.
I don't know. Maybe you
Fucking
make a comfy chair.
dowels.
And if you made a comfy chair, you know, you've got something that will, you know, pay for itself. Really, you'd enjoy that. But I don't are you likely to make
You
anything?
mean
that's going
in this fantasy, I'm a carpenter who makes things solely for my own use?
I mean,
I've got loads
Who
of
else would you
chairs
do
that
it
no one
for?
else can ever use.
no, they're mine.
Just stacks and stacks of them.
Fuck off, you playground. I have all the chairs now.
Fuck off,
You
you
have-
playground. Is that what you just said?
Playgrat.
Fuck off, you playgrat.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ah, fuck. Ow. I have an infected toenail at the moment. I think it's been growing.
Well,
Delightful.
thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know.
Infected with what?
I don't know. Lurgy. No, I think
What does it look like?
it looks just swollen on one side. I think it's slightly ingrowing or something. But I can just catch it ever so slightly, and it's fucking. It starts to do that Tom and Jerry thing where you can feel it pulsating. It's almost visibly throbbing. It's that painful.
What? I mean, I've never really been clear what an ingrown toenail is. Like, it's a toenail that grows
I'm not
what,
either. This is why-
backwards instead of forwards?
No, if I'm correct, I think just part of the edge of it is growing into the nail bed, just at the top, rather than it's caught under the skin or something. It's not growing into my toe backwards or anything like that. I think part of it's just kind of growing down. It just needs to be cut off or something. I'm not sure.
So what's the reason for that then? Toes are too fat.
Well, I don't know. I fucking mash my feet or like walking on them all the fucking time. So
Do you walking everywhere like a ballerina?
I don't know. I don't always have the best footwear because I run them into the fucking ground, literally. So sometimes, you know, it is like I'm walking on tissue paper, and that does tend to fuck them up quite a bit. Yeah, I've had some horrible fucking.
Are you still in those black and white checkered plimsolls?
God no. But I mean, I'm in shoes that I essentially buy.
I bet you're in shoes. One has Rick and one has Morty on it.
I would never tell. But
You would never
someone
wear
will
them
out
out,
me.
would you? Because you would want to keep them pristine.
Pristine, yeah.
But
Those
when your Rick
boutique.
and Morty homies come around.
Yeah, I had to queue up outside size 0 on Carnaby Street for 4 hours for that shit. So yeah, I'm not fucking risking that.
What's size 0?
Size 0 is like this fucking like boutique. And it just sells limited runs of anything, and they just
What? And they called it size 0?
yeah, it's size 0 question mark. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to read it. But it's
Anorexic?
I don't know. Yeah, it's in very lots of shoes more than anything else. But there was a guy that I worked with who loved all this vapid like fashion shite.
Clothes, they're crap.
No, but he would just.
I'm going to go ahead and call clothes gay, actually.
Oh.
I know a gay dude, and he wears clothes. Gay.
But these
Clothes I wear are gay.
no, they are purely for efficient reasons.
What, and that's not gay?
No.
You could
It's
wear...
manly.
What are you talking about? That is what gay clothes are for. Arseless chaps, efficiency. Gimp mask, hole in mouth, efficiency.
Okay. Fine.
Penis jacket. I suppose that wouldn't be efficiency, would it? That's just to make it look nice.
A bit of set dressing.
Like your penis is a magician about to give a set.
Little top hat as well.
A little yeah, that's what would make it. Oh, and then the reveal can be, are you circumcised or not?
Ah, yes. So it really is a little show. Delightful.
Yeah. The twist is you're very circumcised. Didn't know you could be that circumcised.
Oh my god. I didn't realise they cut it halfway down the fucking shaft. Jesus, man. They skinned your penis.
Oh no, wait, you're holding your breath. You're very uncircumcised. Like, it's all skin, I see.
Right, someone can breathe in so much that their foreskin will retract that far. Or even at all.
We both tried it, don't say you didn't.
Well, no, but I'm doing it the second I get off the fucking phone, though.
Yeah, like when you get to the doctor and they get really angry with you, like, Come on, I said clench your foreskin.
Just like clamped shut, like fucking iron.
What did your dad used to say to you? Clench to block his
Oh,
interference.
that's it. Squeeze tight to block his interference.
Yeah, never who his was. And he would just say this to you as you were leaving work, leaving for work, because this was the thing he'd start saying to you when you were 25.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how it came up. It's just something he just walked in one day and said, "Oi, you, come here, listen.
If you ever get raped, right?
Got sound advice for you. Don't ask me
Sit
how
down,
I
sit on
know.
my knee.
Don't ask me how I know. I just know. It's the things that you learn as you get older. I'm your dad. I know what I'm talking about now. Squeeze tight to block his interference. Excuse me? No, I've got to go, son.
Best advice I've ever heard was someone's plan of, if I ever get attacked by anybody who wants to rape me, I'm just going to shit myself immediately. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's foolproof, but there's logic there.
Yes, I can see that. I can see that. But what if this guy's got like a hair trigger? He just thinks everyone's out to rape him. He's getting a lot of grief on the trains. Excuse me, can I sit down? I mean, excuse me? What? No.
It becomes like a second nature thing where they struggle to maintain romantic relationships. Oh, I've had such a wonderful time tonight with you. Oh no, I shit myself prematurely again.
Oh, don't worry about it. honey.
Premature
Happens-
evacuation. There's a pill for that, or something. I don't know. Is there a pill for premature ejaculation?
I'm not totally sure.
I remember seeing an ad for it once when I was a kid, like a real ad on TV, where a guy walked into essentially a Blockbusters, looked kind of embarrassed, and walked to the back of the store where the adult section was, and then went to reach, obviously, a porno video, and obviously came in his pants. And that was the ad. The ad was like, "Do you have premature ejaculation?" This guy does. He just came in his fucking pants. Look at him. Twat.
Weetabix.
I mean, is that how it works as well? I thought premature ejaculation was like, yeah, you get horny and then you come, not just like bang, you come.
Completely involuntary. Can happen at a moment's notice. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think there's medicine to remedy that. I thought you just like beat your meat until either you can't feel anything, your balls are hollow. Problem solved. I think it's
Right.
fairly simple, no?
I've no idea. I mean, I guess, is it a psychological thing or a medical thing? There's got to be two different things going on there, right?
Yeah,
isn't that the same with impotence? Like, if you can't get hard, like it could be, well, you can't get hard because actually you're gay or not gay or thinking about where you left your car keys or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But also it could be that you're gonna have a heart attack soon. You got to think about dying rather than getting erections, dude.
Yeah, have you thought about your will?
Luckily, you can get this free Parker pen with every inquiry.
I don't know enough about those things, but I will do my homework. Next time I'm at the doctor.
Asking them about stuff like that.
Absolutely. Now I will. My friend was talking about pills for premature ejaculation. It's not a problem for me. I just want the facts. Have you got any leaflets?
It's not a pill, it's just a tiny cork.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mate, we're here to scan your brain. No, leaflets. Yeah, get him in the tube, quickly.
Get him in the
We might need
vice.
some sedation this time.
In the tube. Like, it's full of water as well. It's full of saline solution. Yeah, so Squid Game then, would you recommend it?
For the most part, I would say to anybody else, yeah. To you, no. Because
Okay.
you're very discerning. One thing that, I mean, it would be all right. I think I would probably like it a lot more, but what it of course does, because it knew it was going to be very popular. I didn't know, actually. I just saw it come up and I thought, oh, I give it a punt. But then, I've just found out that everyone was talking about it after I'd watched it. It's like, oh, wow, okay. But they obviously knew it was going to be bit of a darling. So it wraps it up with some pretty tedious sequel baiting, and it's like, yeah, we don't need to do it again. If they just wrapped it up and told the complete story, it'd have been a bit more interested, because I was interested up until a certain point, and it was clearly going to lead towards a second season. Like, okay, I forget it now. It became much less kind of interesting to me now. I know that's just going to be something they're going to churn out for at least another 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I mean, I probably will give it a miss. I guess it's sort of like mentioning to me, like, have you read the new Danielle Steele book? No, I'm busy reading intellectual things like...
Oh, come on.
Bob's Burgers, Almanac.
I was trying to think of one as well.
Find the location of Waldo.
Find the location.
Where is Waldo and what is he doing?
Which bush is he shitting in now?
Or ridiculous things like find Waldo's shoe. Fucking Waldo can find Waldo's fucking shoe.
Fuck this shit. I've already found him. I'm done. Next page.
Done. Rip that right out. Yeah, other stupid books. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Seriously, what is happening to, us, to me? Am I just becoming an old fart? Because it really feels like there's sort of a gap in my life where I'm going to have to, become a fucking Muslim or Benedictine monk or something, or...
You know what you need?
Veganism.
What you need is crochet. There you go.
I don't think that's enough. I think it would have to be extreme crochet.
Model
we'd sink
aeroplanes.
into Chechnya, where certain kinds of crochet are forbidden, and do them under the cover of oil lamp.
Wood carvings. But only of something very specific. The likeness of Rinder, perhaps.
Just thousands and thousands of wood carvings of
you knock
Rinder.
this whole movie on the head, but you become just absolutely expert in the art of carving Rinder's face into pumpkins for Halloween. You do
all
nothing
sorts
else.
of pumpkins, all sorts of varieties, all sorts of consistencies and ages. I could do them all.
But it's only Rinder. That's it.
Yeah.
If it's not Rinder, I don't work. I'll even work for free.
I'm only working for free. I'm a travelling Rinder carver now.
There you go. Problem solved. Good to hear, there's a spring in your step again.
I've found a new joy in my life with all this Rinder carving into pumpkins and whatnot, and oversized aubergines and butternut squashes occasionally. I could carve him into a big zucchini and go around going, I'm Pekka Rinder.
That would be very clever, and I think a lot of people would think you were clever as well. It's like the smartest.
Thanks. Well, that's what I'm doing it.
It's the smartest show on TV.
Well, after Frasier finished, probably is. Are they still coming back with that?
I have not checked. I have not followed up on any of that news since we last spoke about it. So I don't know. I don't imagine there'll be any fresh news, but we might need a jingle for Frasier news.
I mean, Kelsey Grammer's going on 70.
Yeah.
So what's it going to be? Frasier's retired now. Watch him sit around all day.
Yeah, hang on. I mean, I think we were saying we were quite surprised that he wasn't the first to die.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Really? Shame about John Mahoney. But,
yeah, shame John Mahoney died when Frasier could have died.
But him and Grant Imahara are parting with Jesus now.
Yeah. Whereas we both know that Kelsey Grammer's going straight
to hell. And he don't mind that demon dick. Satan is quite perturbed. It's like, is that all you've got?
See, don't worry about it, because heaven is for people who like to be faithful to their wives and things like that, and hell is for people who don't.
Hell is for sex pests. And I'm sorry, I guess we're tarring Kelsey Grammer with Frasier's brush here, but
Yes, yeah.
I can't divorce the man from the character.
Like, they have to, when Kelsey Grammer dies, they have to sort of clone him, but just put the Frasier memories into that clone so they can appropriately torture him in hell.
Oh dear Lord!
I like the way we've, I guess, sort of got a reputation for being Frasier fans. We both fucking hate Frasier.
The show.
I mean, I hate a good 60% of the episodes of Frasier are awful.
Yep.
You know, after about season 5, it's you get like 1 or 2 good episodes a season.
Yeah. I mean, I go a little bit earlier than that. I stop after season 4.
Yeah,
but I do.
Season 1's crap as well.
I suppose, yeah, it's odd. It's like when you see season 1 of The Simpsons and you see the state of Smithers and stuff like that. Frasier's hair, I don't know. There's something. I know it's kind of.
It's not rendered properly.
Yeah, I know it's kind of juvenile to kind of get hung up about stuff like that, but it's so odd. Because,
yeah, I agree. I do know what you mean. It changes him. It makes him look more sort of unsympathetic. I think that he has this stupid hair. You know, whilst clearly, I mean, not going bald. He's bald, but he has this, you know, ridiculous hair going on, and I don't know. Just give it a rest, dude.
Well, I mean, it definitely, you know, it was definitely all about the Ponce vibes, and they did that quite adequately. Most definitely a Ponce.
Yeah. Well, we've made it about Frasier again.
Yep, and a lot of
got
poo
any
time
toilet
as well.
news for us?
Not really. They don't really want to supply us with toilet seats in the staff bathrooms at work. So
right, so you just hover over.
Yeah,
you
back
just
to back
plop
to
right
squash.
down onto the porcelain.
No, I'm not doing that. I know the people that I work with.
Oh, and then your dick might touch the inside of the toilet as well if you do that. Just don't have a shit at work.
I do. I just go to the disabled bathrooms now.
Right.
No one seems to say anything. I am getting a little bored of having to kind of dry my hands, you know, on my knees though, because.
What is that the disabled?
Yeah, in the disabled bathroom, they have, they have the hand dryer like 2 feet from the floor.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And I think, you know, I see where they're going, but you know, people with kind of different kind of access needs, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I think that might be.
I understand why.
That might be problematic because it's so low. It might cause problems.
Yeah, no one ever considers Slenderman and his bad back.
I mean, let's say, for instance, like someone was in a wheelchair. I mean, they'd have to almost get out of the chair to use it. They couldn't lean forward far enough. They'd have to,
or they'd have to like
keel over
like
the
park
side
next to it and do one hand at a time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I just don't think that's fully thought out. Really, just another 6 inches would be enough clearance to kind of be useful and thoughtful at the same time. But so far, it's.
I mean, I'm more worried about the toilet seats than that. Like, why aren't they giving you toilet seats?
They just broke because everyone's apparently just got the hugest ass, and they just like to fucking jump on it. I don't know, but they didn't bother.
How do you break a toilet seat?
The hinges at the back. They basically, I don't know. They just kind of snapped at the hinges. So I don't know.
Someone ripped that off.
No, I don't know. Maybe they're just like shimming, and they apparently the sphincters don't have enough strength to kind of cut the cord, so they have to fucking shimmy it out, and hopefully it kind of breaks off or some shit. I don't know, but
over time, lateral forces can displace your toilet seat from its natural environment.
Vis-a-vis the toilet, and they did not care.
Or toilet room.
They did not care to replace them. They didn't mind leaving the toilet seats propped up in the changing rooms for God knows how long. Just to kind of paint a picture. The changing room is maybe like 6 by 6 foot. It's fucking tiny, right? And on one wall It's just two doors, and that's the toilets behind them. So everything is in very close proximity. So someone's just thrown it out, and left it amongst the shoes, and that's been it.
Do you have to take your shoes off to go into the kitchen?
That'd
be fun. If it was a no shoe kitchen.
Oh God, I can't. I don't want to think about that. All the fucking
you
dross.
definitely need to dip your feet into some bleach after that.
Yeah, they wouldn't come out. I don't think.
You just be on stumps.
Yep.
Everyone's just getting smaller and smaller as the week goes on. It's just people walking. That's why they put the hand dryer there, because they were anticipating this. They were anticipating for when people are just walking around on their knees.
Ah, that's smart. All right, okay.
Yeah.
I see. I was looking through this through far too narrow a lens. They're definitely big picture guys. Right, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this acid floor is paying for itself. Like, eventually as well, it starts off where all the tables are high tops, and at the end it's like a Japanese restaurant where people are like, sitting cross-legged to eat. Yeah, well, good. I'm glad that's good. How's your flush bucket situation?
Well,
you said that your dad now used the I mean, I don't want to say public bathroom, but the house bathroom now.
Yes, the one remaining bathroom. Yeah.
So how's he fucked that up?
Nothing. Well,
Is there a shower in there, or is it just
no?
a bath?
It's a bath. Yeah.
So your dad's having like 2 showers a day now. You're gonna tell me?
No, well, basically because the showers seem to be fucked.
Basically, he's not washing ever again.
No, he's enjoying tub time now.
I bet he is. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. I
Um,
bet he is. I bet you walk in there all the time to have a piss in the dark, and he's just in there, like with bubbles everywhere, a loafer, a rubber duck.
Oh yeah,
and
no.
a shower cap as
on
well.
the subject of rubber ducks, you know what rubber duck is in there? That fucking giant one from Bolo Bridge.
You still got that?
I still got that, yeah.
You still got that rubber duck I gave? Well, I gave you some. Yeah, I give you that. Give you that.
Yes, you did. Yeah. Well, you just kind of like, I'm not taking this to my next place. You have it. I was like, all right. Or just get rid of it. I'm not dealing with it. You fucking deal with it. I don't want it. All right, okay. I'll
Yeah.
treasure this forever.
How big is it?
Well, it's like what? It's like a foot wide, isn't it? Maybe a foot and a half.
It's very big. I seem to remember it having a lot of weight to it.
Yeah. I mean, if you were to put that in a bath, you're not going to have a good time in the bath. It's going to stare you out of the bath. It's quite imposing.
Yeah. If you put that in the bath, I think it would be more accurate to say
You're giving the duck
in the bath with you.
You're giving the duck a bath.
You could definitely throw it into the sea and it survive quite a while. Like, I'd be very interested to see where it ends up.
I tell you what, we'll LoJack it and then we'll just watch it on a GPS. It's fine.
Yeah. Goes on all sorts of adventures. Oh, I'm surprised you've still got that. That's great.
You sound disappointed. Yes, I hope you fucking grow up in that time, Damien. Jesus, man.
I've had that. I've had that for more than not. I've had it. I obviously haven't had it, but that's got to be more than 12 years old.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess I've had it for like 10 years now. Well,
Yeah.
the better part of 10 years. I don't know how long you'd had it for.
No, not that long, like 3 or something.
It's only made its way back to me in like the last year because I think it ended up in my nan's attic, and for a long time because I stored lots of stuff with her.
I love that idea that this duck has lived in loads of places that have nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I stored loads of stuff there, and I deliberately didn't pack the duck. So she just had to have this duck. And before they had the smarts to put it in the attic, it's like, what do you want doing with this duck? So, don't worry, Nan, I'll come back for it. And every time I fucking spoke to her for like 3 years, first thing, every time I pick up the phone, it's like, are you coming back for this fucking duck?
It is quite a large piece. I mean, it's only going to work with certain decor as objet d'art.
She had it in the living room.
Literally, yeah, that's where you would need it. Yeah, right above the fireplace. Yeah, I seem to remember there's a picture somewhere on like a really old phone before before even smartphones, of like my dad holding the duck, and it really looks like he's got his hand up this duck's ass.
Big smile on his face.
Yeah. On the duck's face. Quack.
Yeah, so a lot of that stuff was delivered back to me.
Have your
last year.
fucking duck. Have your fucking toilet rolls.
It kind of was like that. She was like, "Oh, thank fuck you've got the duck. I can die now." She's like, "All right, bye." Oh, I've got a duck. Why are you surprised? Do you not remember the fucking duck? I've had this duck for like 8 years, Damien. It's like, no, I forgot about the duck. You said you were coming back for the duck. Well, I forgot. You
Oh my
fucking
god! Well,
bastard.
I'm gonna take the duck off you. I want the duck now. I'd love to bring that back to America as well. Bring that through security.
It's your carry-on.
What the fuck is that? It's full of drugs. Shit.
You're free to examine it, officer. Oh shit.
Oh shit. Shit.
Does that mean anything, or is it just an exclamation?
I think it means yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
There's a
if
ca-
you want, if you want more, I'm actually quoting. Not that anyone would know, or it's clever or anything, but I'm actually quoting the film Hero, where Jet Li has a conversation with the Chinese emperor, or I guess it's the Emperor of Qin, and he's like meant to be like a stoic badass, and every question he goes, "Shit," like he fucking resents saying anything. Shit. It's just always made me laugh.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's not funny or anything. Just shit. Maybe I'm making it up. Maybe he says, "She," like that. She. I mean, I've actually forgotten, but Jet Li's really floaty in that film. Oh, she. She, 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 she. She, she, she. I'm Jet Li. Ho, ho, ho. $1 million wedding.
Obviously, Jet Li fan then.
Oh, big Jet Li fan. He's dead. Did you know?
What? Jet Li's
Yeah,
dead?
he's dead.
Is
Yeah,
he?
he's dead. Yeah.
Is he? Roll the
Yes.
jingle. Jet Li's dead.
No, yes, he's dead. I'm telling you, he's dead.
Let me find. I want to see. How did he die? Car crash. He was sitting on a pool vent. Got it. Killed by what?
Maybe he's not dead. Is Jet Li dead or not? Why can't I find this out? Jet Li dead or not?
No, he's alive.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I mean, didn't want him to be dead, but I was pretty sure he was dead.
Now you just look foolish. Shit.
Apparently, he's 5'1".
Oh, okay. That's
All right, let me do that again. Apparently, he's 4'8".
oh.
No, all right. Apparently, he's 4'1".
Well, I don't understand what I'm supposed to say. I'm getting nervous now.
I just love that I can look someone up on Wikipedia and it lists their height. I wonder what his body mass index is.
I mean, I've seen like some of these kind of celebrity bios on Wikipedia. I talked about it a long time ago, but sometimes they actually throw up their signature as well. I thought it was like this weird. That's kind of odd. Not the case of Jet Li, but I think this was a long time ago. We talked about Oprah Winfrey. Even for one of it.
Well, it's just like a big O. With a
Yeah,
smiley
something
face
like
in it.
that.
Yeah. Do you know what also I fucking hate? Montel Williams. Cock.
I mean, surely he's not a thing anymore. Even he must have shuffled off the mortal coil. Montel's still around? Do I even care?
I can hear you typing.
Yes, I know.
What you're really typing in is Jerry Springer and what's he up to? Jerry for president.
I mean, be careful what you say. You have no idea.
I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be. It wouldn't be bad. It could obviously be a lot worse than it has been.
The Rock, I'd have The Rock. Arnold, he'd be a good president. I'm really can't think of that many celebrities who wouldn't be good presidents. Maury Povich, he'd be a great president.
Okay.
Jerry Seinfeld,
Oh.
he'd be a good president.
Dr. Phil. Fuck's sake.
Mm.
Oh!
That's where you're wrong, Davian. He's the exception. Now, Roseanne would be a good president. Dr. Phil would be an awful president.
Okay. Elaborate. I'm happy to be called an idiot, but I want reasons, man. I want reasons.
Because, as Gorbachev et al. Proved, there's only so much a person can look like a walrus and be taken seriously on the international stage. And it's too late now. If he gets rid of his mustache, it's still going to be there. If he gets rid of his mustache, he's going to draw more attention to how much of a walrus he looks like.
Okay.
And also, he's a piece of shit.
All right. Okay. Sound cogent reasons. Oh,
Unlike Jerry Springer, who's great.
yes, of course. We know that
yes.
he pays his people well.
Does he?
Well, that
I
was
don't know anything about Jerry Springer.
Well, no, the scandal where he paid for sex with his credit. Was it credit card or check?
I don't know. I didn't know anything about that.
Did you not?
Tell me more.
Oh well, I mean that's this was what when he was was he a governor or senator? He wasn't a senator. He was a governor, wasn't he? Was it like? Do you know where it was? I don't know, but it's not important. But yeah, I mean, all that kind of went tits up, and he had to retire from office because he was he was caught paying for sex. But the reason was because he paid the paper trail he left. He basically paid for it with either a check or credit card or something like that, rather than what people would typically do was use cash.
Right, I hear
From
that, or sometimes Subway sandwiches or vouchers for food stuff and goods and services.
Food stamps are good.
I know that
you
Charlie Sheen wrote a $30,000 check to a prostitute.
Yeah, well, no one gives a shit about Charlie Sheen though.
Well, yeah, I know, but still. I mean, you'd think it was fucking more foolish for her to accept it. Like, he couldn't just bounce that.
Hmm.
Like you wouldn't trust Charlie Sheen. Yeah, don't worry, let me write your check. Ah, winning.
He should be dead by now.
Yeah, well, on that note, I think we might have finished with Highlander. Kevin MacLeod, he should be dead by now. What hell he lives.
Indeed. We didn't decide on a definitive method to kill him in the end, did we? He's just stay off the roller coasters.
Yeah, a sword to the head. To the
Like
neck,
the movie said.
specifically.
So our elaborate discussion brought us back to the very first rule that they stated.
Yeah. It's just, if he wears something, if he considers that and doesn't want to die, he could easily protect his neck, I guess.
Seal it in a block of concrete.
Yeah.
Just to
Wearing
wheel
an
it
iron
around.
roofle, I'm telling you. But whatever,
Okay.
Doesn't-
Like one of those
doesn't
things
really
from
matter.
Wild Wild West.
What a black man. You can't say stuff like that, Damien.
I said nothing. They had. I was talking about the big.
You mean an articulated mechanical spider?
I'm not going to pursue this. I'm only going to do my whole view. Yes, the spider and the Will Smith. That's what Highlander needs.
One of those things
Draped around his
one
neck.
of those things from Wild West. Oh, you mean a Selma Hayek? That's how
Yeah.
we get rid of his neck. We Selma Hayek his neck. Ah! Ay caramba! She's Mexican, you see. It all makes sense.
Arriba.
That's what they say. And then Kevin MacLeod is like, "Oh, my deep fried Mars bar! Eh. I paid 45 pence for that." Yeah, I think we might be done.
I think so. I'm sorry. I'm kind of spent after that. I apologize.
Did you enjoy that, everyone? That ridiculous conversation about absolutely nothing. If there's any value to this, let me know.
Please do. I'd like
Time
there
has
to be a
passed.
reason I'm doing
Death
this.
is closer.
I'm not getting this time back.
No, but you wouldn't anyway.
I wouldn't want to. It was so blindingly well spent.
I wouldn't want to. You know when people say things like, "Oh, if I could be 10 years old but have all my knowledge now," nah,
That'd be
no
hellish.
thanks. No, I just honestly, I wish I was 50. I wish I had a good 5 years left. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Well, see you next time, everyone. Sorry, go on.
I can get behind that. I take a long look at the fronts of trains when I see them approaching these days.
Is that how you would want to go? Inconvenience others?
Of course, that's like I say, I've got to be an old man about this.
Yeah.
I'll wait for one of those
All right,
driverless
well, thanks for
trains.
listening. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done. Do I say goodbye?
Yes.
All right, goodbye. Good night, people.
Goodbye. Good night.